What's good, family? How we doing? Celestial rising, divine afternoon, and grand night to the beautiful deity watching this video. It's currently 8:35 a.m. on a Saturday, Sabbath day, and of course, we're just staying focused. We're trying to get our mind right. Not trying, but we are getting our mind right. And, you know, I just had to transfer my energy to this video because I'm just noticing a lot of things that are going on. And the thing is, as well, you can see by this video, I'm not even going to rush it, but I'm going to definitely get my thoughts out slowly but surely, just having time to reflect. So just excuse me if I take a lot of pauses because I'm really trying to make sure that, I'm really making sure that you understand what's about to happen to you or what can happen to you or what is happening to you. So we are in Generation Alpha right now. And the thing is too, Gen Z, you are, the front runners for the future. Not only that though, I mean, a lot of you are going to be lost just because you are a product of what you were raised into. You are a product of your environment. But Gen Alpha, so from 2010 to 2025, the things that I've noticed is that a lot of you had transitioned. You have been born into the digital era. Not only that, a lot of things that you are seeing right now, the people in my generation and before me, we've been seeing this stuff. And we are all just accustomed to what we were growing up into. And it's just like now we got Tesla robots walking around here and people are actually communicating with them. And the thing is, we've been talked about this. I've made so many videos in the past about this stuff, and there's no point in me even talking about it no more because it's like you're just going to see it regardless and you can't do nothing about it but just sit there and coexist with them as if they're human beings or artificial intelligence, not knowing that you are literally artificial intelligence as well. So there's no difference between you and the Tesla robot, because what's the difference? Y'all both have no intelligence for your own. On top of that, you're going to do what your master has programmed you to do as they chip your consciousness, because you have no consciousness for you to even go around and bring it to fruition. Because of course, if your mom and dad can't help you find out who you are, how can you find yourself? If your mom and dad can't find themselves, how can they help you find yourself? That's exactly why everything outside of you from October 12th till December 31st or whatever, it doesn't exist. And here's what I mean too. Excuse me. Everything outside of you that you're going to be seeing is not real. And when I say not real, because of course someone's gonna be like, well, I perceive things to be real. Your subconscious mind thinks that everything outside of you is real because, of course, that's the only way for your brain to comprehend its own fable that it wants to tell itself, because your ego has to lie to itself to make sure that you don't reach your higher self. Because everything that matters, the only thing that matters in this universe, in this dimension, this lower dimension, is you. You going within yourself is all that matters, because once you meditate, once you take care of yourself, once you focus on the one thing, which is your well-being, nothing else can drive you mad. Nothing else can drive you away from your purpose, nor what you want to do in this world. Because when you are growing up, what do you want to do in life? You're going to start seeing so many things fall off, because for one, our simulation is not only governed by fallen entities or terrestrial deities, but it's also ran by demonic forces, Luciferian forces that you have never seen before. And when I say that, this is not to put fear into your mind, but you have to actually realize what is going on. There is literally, and I'm being generous, but 99% of people that you know do not have a consciousness of their own. They're literally walking around here mindless zombies. Like, they're mindless, the things that they put into their body. So when you're in the car, because many of you are young, by the way, because some of y'all just came into this realm and y'all are new souls. So when you go in the car with your parents and your parents are taking you to a fast food restaurant in the drive-thru, look at all the cars in front of you and behind you. Understand, you are not eating what you thought you were eating. You're not eating chicken nuggets. And the thing is too, working with kids, coaching them and all that. And the thing is too, in the times, like when people say that in this time period, it's like people put all these allegations on you. No, nobody has time for that, because I don't condone that shit. And the thing is too, we need to bring back stoning for people who actually do assault kids and touch on them inappropriately, or just place viruses or plays into their mindset. Like, you need to get guillotined for sure, and lynched on the flagpole. But It's just the fact that when you look into that drive-through as a youngin, you don't even got to be 10 years old yet. But just because the thing is, too many of you stay on social media because this is like your whole entire life. And the thing is, you get your information from social media because you can't go outside of yourself to go within yourself to figure out common sense, because it's not common no more, because you don't have common sense in the household no more. So if you don't have common sense in the household, which is actually free, how can you pay for common sense when it's free? You had to ask your mom and dad for some sense. And guess what? They still don't have none for you because it ain't common to them either. Anyways, when you look into the line in front of you, behind you, understand, I want you to smell the aroma outside of your car. When you get the whatever you order, even those chicken nuggets that some kids love for sure, when you get those chicken nuggets, I want you to actually examine what you're putting into your mouth. Not only that, the French fries, just all these different meals that you eat, that your mom and dad give you, smell that shit. You're not eating what you think you're eating. Not only that, you wonder why you feel all these different frequencies. So you gotta understand too, some of these kids can't even read. And it hurts my heart that, first graders gotta tell me that, yeah, my mom and dad never taught me how to read. What do you mean? Like, I thought Gen Z was bad or this generation is bad, but it's just like Gen Alpha. If y'all don't get y'all shit together, the next generation after you will look up to you and still be doomed, because the deities that were supposed to be governing this realm, they don't have control anymore, because obviously the balance of duality has knocked them off of frequency to where they have lost control of the whole entire illusion that we have been placed into. Many people are becoming awake. The one plague that I feel like is coming into our communities is this woke frequency that we live in right now. This whole vibration of people just saying this or saying that. Some people are only making videos because they want likes and clicks and views. They want clout because they want to pay their bills. But many people are not actually understanding what it means to be awake or what it means to actually be woke. Because even if you're woke, you are still asleep. So you can't sit here and start projecting certain programs on people when you don't even know the program your goddamn self. Not only that, to my youngins, y'all gotta understand as well, you have to put in the work yourself because you will be alone. And many of you are fearful of that. And the thing is too, y'all have to understand who y'all look up to, who y'all idolize. This water's so good, bro. Excuse me. Y'all understand as well, the people that y'all idolize, you're not gonna idolize them anymore. And then when they get exposed for what we've been knew, you're going to really question what you were worshiping. And the thing is, we don't even gotta talk about God or Satan, because those are both mindsets. But when you understand demons, understand too what a demon is. First of all, you gotta understand too, demons are nothing but, demons are a reflection of your ego's processing of a lower urge to want to place harm or fear or disturbance from going into your higher self, from wanting to go within, from wanting to stopping you from meditating. Your demonic urges are your lower selves or your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is going to program itself to not want to love itself no more. Because if you can't find love in a household, if you can't go to your mom or your dad or your siblings or whoever you look up to, you can't go to them for a hug or just for nurturing, for a kiss, you can't go to them for advice, you're going to be alone in your room. And the thing is too, when you're alone in your room, what's the first thing that you run over to? The internet. Because the one thing that the internet will show you that you think you know is love. But this love that you think you have is not real, because you figured out you have people who can relate to you on the internet because you comment on their posts or they comment back to you. You got your followers, you got friends, and you hide behind profiles all day. Not knowing that these profiles don't really define who you actually are, because you're not showing yourself. And the thing is too, a lot of people are scared to show themselves, and it's not a bad thing, but you're hiding from your real identity that you think is actually real, because nothing is even real in the first place. But if you can't love yourself away from the phone, how will you be able to love yourself in front of the phone as well? Many of you sit here and lie, or even on video games too. People sit on video games all day and they'll cheat their way into a win or a victory, and then they'll disrespect you as if they actually won the game. When before the game even started, you lost the game because, for one, you had to cheat to win. So we got people who are just following trends and they can't come up with their own wave to ride on, because people have to ride on other people's waves that have already been created and manipulated and copied and transferred over to a different type of generation now. You're seeing the downfall of celebrity worship, the downfall of politics, presidents, the downfall of music. You're seeing the downfall of just consciousness in general, because you're seeing a fluctuating comprehension of what it means to be intelligent while still being dumbfounded in your righteous ways. Because how righteous are you being? A lot of you aren't going to church no more, which is not a bad thing. But what is church? We in church right now. But many of you were taught to go to church. But the thing is, though, every time you go to church, I want to just sit there and hear what your pastor's talking about. Because they're not actually preaching you anything but a fallacy or fables through a book, a bullshit that you are actually reading that you still can't comprehend because you are not dissecting it while being awake, because your ego has still placed itself and put its foot on your higher self's neck. And of course, your higher self won't talk to you. When I say higher self too, I mean higher self in a way to where your spiritual sense, your actual experience or your meditative processing of your habits that you unconsciously practice in a higher realm that you are not able to comprehend yet, but in a higher dimension in your mindset. Your spiritual observation is watching you and your lower self pretending to be real, walking, talking, sleeping, eating, burping, crapping, all of that. Your mind believes that to be a real reality, but your spiritual sense knows that none of this even matters. So if you can't even understand that, you're going to lose what's about to happen to you, because we are in a year of awakening right now. So for next year, the things that you thought were happening right now, it'll get 10 times worse for you. You are not able to love yourself, because you got to understand too, everything outside of you does not matter, and people are too fixated on distractions. So we got the NBA coming back, you got college sports coming out, the NFL coming out. So all these different things to do nothing but scripts. And the thing is as well, the one thing that I enjoy in life, like sports, there's nothing wrong watching sports, especially me being a hooper as well. I still play basketball in the men's league and all that. And the thing is, the one thing that many of y'all have to understand, that a lot of y'all would not make it. And that's something that your mom or your coaches will not tell you. But when I say that too, I'm not here to degrade your skill set, because I believe that many people who aren't chasing the NBA dream or NFL dream or the college dream, I believe that you are the coldest athlete in this society. And what do I mean by that? It's because your mindset. You know that you are more than an athlete. But the thing is, though, when you are an athlete, what are you chasing? What are you walking towards? And the thing that's going to hurt a lot of you is that when you don't make it, you're going to question, so what else is there for me to do? All I want to do since I was a youngin' was just play basketball, play football, play soccer, play baseball, boxing, cheerleading, swimming. But now I didn't get accepted into this college, or I didn't get accepted into the professional atmosphere. What should I do with my existence now? I don't know what to do. That's exactly why right now you have to figure out what you want to do. Start young. Do not wait till you're in middle school or elementary school or high school to do or to attract your goals or your dreams. Don't chase anything in this dimension. Even though my jacket says chase dreams, not people. Don't chase a goddamn thing, because it's like chasing a cat or a dog. If you chase those two animals, will they run from you? I'm pretty sure. Or they may chase your ass. You have to attract what you are and what you want to be. Because the thing is, when you get into these higher realms that you have never seen before, by the way, because many people look up to all these celebrities, all these professional athletes, not knowing that you don't know what they did to get to where they are. Not only that, imagine a demonic program putting a ball into the hoop, but you say, man, I love how this person just crosses over, goes behind the back, shoots fadeaway threes, dunking on people. This is unreal. I want to be just like this person. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you are literally idolizing a demonic program. That's exactly why I don't believe in demons. But when you actually see a demon, you don't, because a demon will never call itself a demon. A demon will call itself your mom, your dad, LeBron, KD, Curry, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina, whoever, Caitlin Clark, Messi, Ronaldo, Mike Tyson. You got all different names, Beyonce, Jay-Z. So we got all these different, Chris Brown, Denzel Curry. I mean, bro, it's just the names go on and on and on. But when you understand these programs, they are placed into society to keep you stuck in a frequency to where you don't think that you can reach their enlightenment. Because all life is to attain enlightenment, to attain knowledge. So if you're not reading books, if you're not meditating, if you're not going for walks, if you're not exercising, if you're not eating healthy, drinking water, if you're not fasting, if you're not doing semen retention, you will not make it next year. And many of you will perish. Because when I say perish, once again, I'm not trying to place fear into your program. But when I say perish, many of you are not going to understand what it means to actually live life. Because you're too dead on the inside. And what do I mean by dead on the inside? It's because you're eating dead life. You're eating dead energy. So like I said about the McDonald's, you being in line earlier, imagine Because the thing is too, I'm only speaking from experience. I don't like just talk bull crap on the camera. When I cut the camera on, I only speak from the authenticity, information, or just from what I experience every single day. Because every single day I had to see a child come to after school to eat McDonald's. And it's just like, when I see that, I got other kids now who are following my program saying, Coach Darius, so-and-so's, for example, KJ's over here eating McDonald's every day. Coach, how you feel about that? That's unhealthy, right? I was like, yeah, you already know that. And then they'll ask me, so how's McDonald's healthy? And the thing that hurts me, it hurts me by telling them, like, if I told, and what's crazy, I'm an honest person. If I told a child, if I told you, let's say you're a youngin right now in front of me, let's say you're 6 years old, 7 years old, and I said, do you know what cannibalism is? And they'd be like, no, I don't know what that is. So if I told you that you were eating people, how would you feel? Now all of a sudden their ego's like, there goes that fluoride staring down. They're like, eating people? No. Of course, the first thing that the subconscious mind will do is deny the truth. And then the thing is too, I don't persuade nobody to believe my teachings or my ideology because I do not care. But the thing is though, the information, the truth is right there. You can Google this shit. And I don't believe Google because you are Google's mindset that has been stolen from you. And you use it every day on a computer or your phone. You can meditate on Google as a matter of fact, and you can still find the information that they can't articulate, but they stole it from you. And it's the most generated informational platform in this dimension. And what's sad, because the thing, like how some of you kids lie for no reason. Y'all lie so much to the point to where these lies will keep building up and you cannot come back from your lies and that will kill you. You have to be honest from this point forward. If you're not honest, you won't make it next year. If you aren't eating better, you will not make it next year. Not only that, if you are distracted by wasting your energy, by jacking off, by touching yourself, by chasing girls, you will not make it. Because the women are programmed to be following leaders who are also selling out to other leaders who have bent them over and submitted them for a payout. You don't become a billionaire just off of just being a good person. And some of you kids look up to these billionaires or these millionaires like they're real people. Like you're not better than them. You can sing better than her. You can dance better than him. You can dribble better than him. You can shoot better than her. You can talk better than your teacher, but they won't tell you that because they don't want you to understand who you actually are. But if you don't know who you are, then you will never figure out who you are and you will come right back to this dimension. Many of you have not had an NDE, a near-death experience. If you have not ever died or had a second death, then you are not ready for what's to come. Because once you see the other side, that will change your whole perspective on what life actually is. That shit has actually, having a second death has made me become a better man. Because I know what the other side looks like. Once I actually died and came back, and somebody would be like, I don't believe that shit. Get off the video, I don't care. I don't have time to lie to you, bro. We don't have time for that. Tomorrow's not promising me. All I have is today. If I'm lying to you, I'm wasting my time. And the thing is, too, even when I lie, I still tell the truth. By me dying, having a second, and I died numerous times. I die every night when I go to bed, too. But me actually dying and coming back to life in the hospital, I know what it looks like on the other side of death. And it's not even real. But it's the most beautiful thing ever. And I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. And it's like chasing that experience. It's like chasing crack or a high that you can't even catch. It's so high. It's so high your spirit can't even comprehend it nor articulate it. So you practice articulation. That's why people use the word yapping or babbling. Y'all say that because you can't articulate your own English language that you practice every single day because you're scared and you have anxiety. But you only had that because you are wasting your energy on pixelated screens. You got to stop watching these OnlyFans models. Stop drooling over porn and porn stars. Stop drooling over these musicians. Stop drooling over these WNBA players who aren't even real people. Stop idolizing these celebrities. Stop worshiping demonic programs. They aren't real people. And who is a real person in a fallacy? A lot of you have to do your own work. Excuse me. That's exactly why in school they told you, keep your eyes on your own test. And that's literally what this is. We live in an open book test and many of you are failing. Many of you are failing an open book test right now. And the Almighty's giving you the answers. They're literally right in front of your mirror when you brush your teeth. I hope you brush your teeth. The answers are right in front of you. But many of you are too busy. Hey, what's the answer to number 10? Oh, wait a minute. Hey, It's like, you should have studied. It's 8:54 right now on a Saturday. I don't know where some of you are in USA or whatever side of the country. If you are not focusing on your own paper today, you have lost the plot. Today is a Sabbath day. And to me, every day is a Sabbath day. You should be focusing on you. Reflect on the whole week. Take time for yourself. Read a book. Take a nap. Go to sleep. Go for a walk if it's not too cold. Drink some water. Watch some movies. Make some videos. Transmute some energy. If you're bored, go do something for it. If you don't have a car, figure out ways to go make some money so that you can buy your own car at a young age. So then when you get your license, your mom and dad can't tell you shit else because you did the work. You got your own car with your own money. Mom and dad ain't have to give you that money. You got it because you got a job from being your own entrepreneur at a young age. Imagine starting your own clothing brand right now and you're not even 15 years old yet. Next year, if you are not working for yourself, you will not make it. You will be the exact same. You'll be under the exact same program your mom and dad were under, or your guardian was under. And you'll be sitting there contemplating every time you get up from that bed to go to work or go to school. You'll be sitting there crying on the edge of your bed like, when is this going to end? It ends when you wake up and tell yourself, I'm going to stop allowing myself to feel bad about the situation that I'm in right now. You have to be able to sit there and understand why you are going through these circulations of a rhythm that your circadian rhythm can't even fathom itself. You need to be getting great quality sleep. You should be getting at least 6 to 8 hours or even 10 hours of sleep. Stretching. Actually go out and get some sun. Start fasting once again. Once you fast, you clear the urges and the purges of these leeches that are leeching off of your mindset. Because you don't want this BS outside of you. You don't want fast food. You don't want uncooked food. You don't want all these dead animals in your system no more. If you're constipated, that's exactly why you got a shitty attitude. And you come to school and you come to work with a fucked up attitude because it's the food that you're eating. Because your body is telling you, I do not want that. But of course, your body can't speak to you because you don't listen. You're too busy on your phone scrolling all day. But then when you see something that you actually want, you're out here buying chicken sandwiches and all this other BS that you don't care for. But it's because you're bored. You need to find something to cure your boredom. So you go eat it away. You play the game all day. Dragon Ball Z just came out, and don't get me wrong. Next week I'm finna go buy that shit. But I'm gonna actually have a balance though. Life is nothing but logic. Logic means that you have to walk on the line of balance. So if you are not balanced, then what are you doing this for? If you're playing the game for more than an hour, what are you doing with your life? Because the moment that you keep playing this game, you're going to realize when you get older, you have wasted your time chasing dopamine effects or dopamine highs. And then you still aren't high enough, so you want more. You go buy more and more video games. The only thing I'll say is too, when you have done your work, so for example, if you have a job to do, like if you have a purpose to attract in this lifetime, every single day, why are you not doing that purpose? So even today is Saturday, once again, if you haven't done your purpose, if you haven't done your job, if you haven't read a book, done something to benefit your higher self, you have failed today. You have failed. If you haven't got up and said, thank you, Almighty. If you haven't got up and looked into the mirror and say, thank you for being who you are today. If you haven't talked to yourself, if you haven't meditated, if you haven't journaled, if you haven't listened to frequencies, if you haven't just walked outside, listened to the birds talk, hearing nature, cars driving by, looking into the sun, you failed the mission. If you know you're a content creator, you haven't made a video today. And the thing is, you don't have to post every single day because the thing is too, life happens. So I don't care how long you don't post, but if you haven't just made a video today, and you can make a video on anything in the world, but if you haven't posted today, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it could be for a minute. It could be for 5 minutes, but what value are you providing? What are we doing? To my young generation out there, if you do not love yourself, it's over for you. Excuse me, it's over for you. Because you're going to reincarnate into a different body with the same spirit, and you will have to do this all over again. Because they're recycling our consciousness, because they already know. That's exactly why they hit us with this hurricane. Because they don't want you to understand what sex trafficking is. That's exactly why you have to love everybody around you, because you never know who's going to get snatched up. We got body snatchers who need a body. And don't act like yours isn't on the marketplace. You can be auctioned. We're all slaves in this auctioning of slave auctions. That's exactly why if you do your best, you can be in the gym every single day at a young age, chasing this NBA dream, NFL dream, MLB dream, whatever dream you want. But when you actually get into these fraternities and what you got to do to get a higher paying contract, it'll blow your mind to where you actually question yourself. What position are you in this circus? Excuse me. And the thing is too, that's what hurt me the most. Chasing a dream, not understanding what it was till I got older. Then once I got older, I understood that the dream that I'm chasing is nothing but me becoming a clown into a circus that I don't want to be a part of. It gets tiring after a while. You're literally doing the same repetitive cycle every single day to the point to where all you got is nothing but the weed, alcohol, wine. All you got is you're paying for punani. You're paying for the apple pie. You're paying for OnlyFans models, P-stars, pocket pussies. Now we got robots. So if a woman or a man don't want you, or this third gender that we got now, they don't want you, you got a Tesla robot to take care of you. Like we are living in all the movies that people have talked about. iRobot, go watch that. Matrix, go watch that. Many of you right now, you are the future. And your mom and dad won't tell you that because they are jealous of you. Because they can't do what you can do. And what is that? Love yourself. Your parents can't love themselves the way you love yourself. You are a product of their environment, of their poverty, of their impoverished mindset. They're so poor in their mindset. You can't help that. You can't help that you live in a poor. Not saying like poor as far as financial. If you think I'm talking about financially, I'm not talking about that. But I mean poor as in like a mindset. Because currency, money does not exist. So if you're chasing money, you're not gonna make it. So don't focus on women who only care about money, who only talk about money. Don't talk to niggas who only care about money because they're broke. Imagine being so rich you're still broke. You talking about millions, but yet you still don't have millions. You want millions so bad, but yet you're broke on the inside. You understand that? Your mom and dad can't teach you this stuff. You got to do it yourself. They won't tell you about credit. They can't even teach you how to read a book because your parents can't read. All they can do is what they were taught, and that's literally paying bills and taxes and putting food on the table for you. And they can barely even do that. A lot of you have to save yourself, man. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want y'all to know that if you're not ready for what's to come, these demons are going to get a hold of you. And the thing is too, that's how they're able to leech off your energy. That's how they're able to stay alive, because they have to harvest off of something. They have to harvest off of emotions and feelings. So if you aren't feeling in your higher self, they got you right where they want you. And they are looking to recruit new booties. That's exactly why they're going for the streamers, the YouTubers. They're going for people who are influencers, content creators. They're looking for the people who are desperate to get on top, who want to be the upper echelon. But then when you get there and your CEO telling you to get on your knees, what you going to do for this $50 million contract, $10 million contract to get on Kick or Twitch or YouTube? What you going to do for it? Some of you will actually contemplate on what you're going to do. Your life will flash before your eyes because your mom and dad, they couldn't teach you nothing else, but you got here on your own free will. You done got so many people who follow you, who fuck with you on social media, and that's the thing too. It's that dopamine, it's that crack mindset. You got people who are in your chat loving your content, but you never met them a day in your life. A stranger supports you more than your own family and friends. The people that you know in real life don't support you, but someone on the internet supports you way more. How is that possible? So now you're doing everything for this person's mindset, but then when you don't post, they don't fuck with you no more. That's exactly why you need to do shit outside social media. Do things in reality. Go give back and be an inspiration and an inspirational mindset for the, or a liking for the next generation, because they need inspiration because they can't find it in their household no more. Social media is the atmosphere for inspiration, or a false inspiration. So you have to be careful of who you're looking up to and what is being said, because there are some false prophets out here who are teaching you false teachings that I can contradict. But if you can't contradict contradictions, you're done. If you can't contradict logic, you're done. On top of that, what is logic? When logic is not logical to itself. If you don't know or understand what God is or Satan is, you're done. And those are titles placed upon your conscious and subconscious mind. If you If you are young watching, I don't care if you're older than me, younger than me. If you can comprehend this video, you have to love yourself starting today. Save your energy starting today. Retain your energy. Boys and girls, men and women. Focus on you. Love yourself and stay going within. Because the year completion is next year and their yearly cycle of siphoning of consciousness. And if you're not understanding what that is, if you can't understand what consciousness is, you're in for a rude awakening, literally. Have a great day, God and Goddess.